Quite chilly.
Quite chilly.
Quite chilly. Speaking of chilly,
Yeah.
speaking of chilly, welcome guys to another edition of Three Black Geeks, where we're talking about a white woman who we think has a psychotic breakdown, but she doesn't.
You know. Here's the thing.
Given the state of America right now, who was pleasantly satisfied watching this woman go through terror?
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something.
And I say that with no racism.
Let me take
me until the black people got hurt.
Let me tell you the quick history about the Invisible Man. So me and D talked about this. Eris, you were in Japan at the time. Avengers. D had saw it on bootleg, and me and him were talking about it that weekend after I saw it. And a lot of articles were putting out about, shared universes and studios are going to learn the wrong lessons. Cut 2 years later, Universal decided we're going to take our monster universe and make it a big universe spectacle.
When we first got into the whole doing critic stuff, going to critic series and stuff, one of the big things coming up was that universe, and also the Dark Universe from Stephen King. That was supposed to be a whole big thing too. So there were supposed to be these other universes besides Marvel and DC. Here's the thing, Hollywood, stop doing shit like that. Just stop. Just stop. I get it. Telltale Games made a whole bunch of games that y'all thought y'all could make. Just stop.
So what happened was...
So you're telling them to not make any more cinematic universes?
No, I'm not. Yes.
I mean, we got the monster cinematic universe with Godzilla and Kong.
That works because it was the early version of it. It was established already, so that makes sense.
But here's the thing. I'm just gonna say, look, I got the Snyder cut. I'm done. We're done.
Now here's the funny thing.
Done.
Here's the funny thing.
You hear me? We are done with this.
You want to know how grand opening, grand closing this Universal Monster Universe was? So they had this bright idea, right? The first movie out the door, Dracula Untold. Decent movie, actually. I thought it was decent.
I still haven't seen it.
It's a decent movie. It did fine at the box office, but compared to a lot of the big blockbusters that came out that year, it did enough to make them money. So Universal was like, all right, cool, we got something. Then Tom Cruise's Mummy came out.
This is what happened. In my opinion, they gave it to the wrong person. You know what they did? They underestimated two things. Number one, they underestimated we're dealing with Tom Cruise's crazy ass. And number two, they just really thought, and I really mean this, much like Shrek, much like for some reason, much like Shrek, and much like bringing up Corey in the House, Brendan Fraser in The Mummy is one of the most beloved things from the 2000s.
Even that third movie, which is very inferior, still enjoyable.
It's sad. The third one, hold on. You know what's really sad is that the third one, hold on, D. What's really sad is that the third one had the nerve to be pushed by Jet Li, and it still ended up being the most inferior of the three.
But at the same time, it made money.
It made money. Don't get me wrong.
It was like holy shit.
But as a movie, in the entire trilogy, it's the weakest.
It did all the tropes that it did in the movie. Like, the son is now 16 years old and teen angst,
Yeah.
Hey, I hate you. Like, he doesn't hate his dad. It's just like, I'm jealous of your dad because you had adventures and you weren't being a father. And I'm like,
also, of course, Jet Li doing this move.
But hey,
hold
look.
on. We had Jet Li and Michelle.
No, sir. You're forgetting the illustrious Russell Wong, sir. All right, you will put respect on the Vanishing Son's name.
And we had Michelle.
Yeah, it was very.
We had
the
a
Asian
little
superstar cast.
Yes, we had a little trio. But no,
I don't know, man.
I wanted to.
I'm just saying.
But I wanted to bring.
But real talk. I get what y'all just said right there. But when you get Jet Li, Russell Wong, and Michelle Yeoh, you know what I hear in my head?
Super Cop meets Romeo Must Die. But
no,
go ahead.
What I hear is, hey, this is a black movie. Get Denzel.
We need that China money. Get Jet Li.
Get Denzel, Angela Bassett. You see what I'm saying?
But
I had to get that off my chest.
But no,
this
was
is the last day. Look, this is the last day of Black History Month, and later on in this movie, a black girl gets punched in the mouth by a white man. So
what I'm saying
we're getting some of this.
Wait,
hold
on. We're going back to the whole Hollywood shit, Chris. Like you said, you took one of your most beloved franchises and you gave it to Tom Cruise.
And you knew Tom Cruise is gonna Tom Cruise it up. Come on now.
Like you ever see a lumberjack just take a swing with the axe at the tree, and you're expecting the tree to go that way, right?
Yep.
But what ends up happening instead is it starts leaning that way, but it's somehow by the power of divine intervention, it goes backwards and lands on the freaking lumberjack.
You know what Tom Cruise benefits off of? People fucking forgetting.
Yes. I mean,
because Tom Cruise, man, I'll never work with Tom Cruise. Hey, how you doing? It's me, Tom Cruise. Oh my God, Tom Cruise, you're a lot taller than I knew you.
Mummy did not do so well. So what happened was
Shut up, Chris. Not do so well.
Oh, it did horribly.
Boy, I didn't know that a rocket ship could go right into somebody's crotch like that.
Let me tell you something.
Was it John Carter and Lone Ranger bad?
I don't think it was that bad. It was bad.
First off, John Carter only did bad because Disney was so mesmerized by the Marvel money that critically John Carter did well. Monetarily, not so much.
I like how that was a big nobody about to see this shit.
I love John Carter. I fucking love that movie.
I think we went to go see that movie. It was a good
movie.
It
twice.
I laughed
at twice.
There is a y'all part of that section of people love that movie. Fucking love that movie. I'm indifferent. I fell asleep twice in that movie. I'm sorry, but I really did. I really did.
I will admit, no, AD, I'm with you. I'm with you in a way because the whole time I was watching it, here's me. Where's the 3D?
That was in 3D. Oh yes, it was during the 3D era.
That was during the gimmicky 3D.
It was.
No. 3D era for D. That was an era where it
was studios doing 3D because they wanted to pad their stats for money.
And it really wasn't that
and
much
it worked.
3D.
It worked. They duped your ass.
Three Black Geeks almost didn't happen because of a 3D movie. You want to know what that 3D movie was? It was called Resident Evil. Was it 3 or 4? Chris went to bat for that piece of shit.
I have no regrets, sir.
As a group, we should have broke it up that day. But you know what I did? I persevered. Black history. There you go.
Hey, sir. It's better than fucking Welcome to Raccoon City. All right? Fuck you.
Nigga, do you know? All right, first off, ladies and gentlemen, fuck Chris and Eris for not warning D at all. I like how y'all said, yeah, we're going to see that movie. And y'all didn't put out a review. And I knew something was wrong.
No. There was no screener for it. That's why.
There was no screener. Hold on. There was no screener.
And I watched the bootleg of it too.
Wait a minute. Hold on. See, number one, there was no screener. Number two, D, I think you did ask. Wait, so did y'all see Resident Evil? Here's me. Yeah, I saw it.
That was it. Silence. So me
drinking was it. Like, that's it.
I was literally Leon on that motorcycle going into Raccoon City, nigga.
Yes, you were.
Like, yo.
Technically, you were in a Jeep, but yes.
But Jeep, yeah, I'm sorry. Who was on a motorcycle? Am I thinking of a different game?
Claire
was on the motorcycle. I don't know why. I was getting Silent Hill shit too. I've been reading up on Silent Hill.
But the point is, bringing it back to Invisible Man, Universal did the quietest. We're not doing this shit anymore after Mummy bombed, because everybody was like, "Hey, so what about the Wolfman and the Mummy and because Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, by the way, was part of the cinematic universe."
Yes, it was, and I think that would have been lit if they actually did it, but it didn't.
I mean, Russell Crowe was being angry. Russell Crowe. I mean, how can you lose?
The only thing he needed was Tugger, but. Anyway,
the best thing I like about it though, you know what Universal did? Hey, what happened to it? What? Yeah, that one we need that.
Got to sign their papers. Yeah, they don't need that anymore.
Yeah, they don't need that.
So in comes Blumhouse. They announced they're doing an Invisible Man movie. So everybody's like, all right, fine. Here's how good they were cutting their trailer. This is what I always ask of movies that do trailers: misdirection. Mm-hmm. When you see the very first trailer for Invisible Man, you know what my first thought was? and again, this is because the climate of where we were at with Me Too and everything coming out. I thought it was a psychological thriller about, a man abused her and got killed, so she psychologically is fucked in the head and she's actually killing people, but she thinks it's a man that's doing it. And I thought that's what the movie was. And I remember telling Jay from Nerdpocalypse, like, I don't know, Jay, I ain't feeling this movie. I don't know what this is. Something's off. Because the trailer showed you nothing.
I mean, the way they made this look, they made it look like this had
nothing to do with Invisible Man.
Imagine if you will. Imagine if you will. You're watching. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, Eris. But imagine if you will. You're watching Friday, right? And you hear Craig's mom going like, "Yeah, I'm going up to the science city. You know, the hydrogen collider was made, so I'm going to go up there." All right, Mom. And then at the very end of the movie, it blows up. Like, oh yeah.
That trailer showed you nothing.
No, you want to know?
It showed you nothing.
No, this is why I love being me in our group, because Chris will see a trailer, D might see a trailer. I saw nothing of this movie, so I went in when we went to the screener, I was completely blind.
Here's the thing: when I saw the movie, I breathed a breath of fresh air, like, oh, thank God, it's actually Invisible Man. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
No,
because if I reviewed this movie about a fucking Susan killing black folks, I would have been pissed off. Like,
boy.
In other words, Chris, you already know what this would have been. If this wasn't an Invisible Man, this would have been a remake to a certain Sally Field movie from the 90s.
Black Twitter would have been on Blumhouse's ass after that movie.
He still haunts my nightmares. A woman haunted by her nightmares. You know, I thought it was like that. Here's the thing. I don't give Elizabeth Moss enough credit, and I had to tell myself she wouldn't be in a movie like that. So when y'all went to see the movie and y'all came back, I got, quote, watch it.
Yes.
Oh, the first scene when you see her in the kitchen, and because up to that point, the movie teases like somebody is watching Elizabeth Moss and moving blankets, but you don't think it's because again, I'm still sticking with that whole psychological thriller. It's in her dreams kind of shit, right?
So
when she's in the kitchen and that dude is fucking with her, that's when I was like, oh, y'all went okay.
So let's not dilly dally. Let's get right to this thing. So basically, the movie starts off with Elizabeth leaving the fucking house. Well, I'm sorry. Cecilia leaving the house,
running in the middle of the night in the woods
quietly. She's trying to sneak out. She drugs her boyfriend. At this point, all we all know is like, okay, why is she leaving? Again, we all still think it's a suit. Fuck all that. Just go with it. She leaves the house, makes noise because she kicks the damn dog bowl. Then
that didn't wake him up.
That didn't wake him up. Her whiteness woke him up. Because here's the thing, white people. Let me make this very clear.
It was the dog.
Let me make this very clear. Black people love dogs too. Yes, we do. And yes, we treat them like kids. It was our black mamas that don't let that dog in the house. Let them little tiny little cup dogs lick them on the face and change them and shit. But anyway, but that means it, like black people love dogs. No. King, sit down. Sit. I'll come back for you, baby. That's all. That's it.
We treat dogs.
Mommy coming back. Mommy will come back. Sit your ass down, nigga.
We treat dogs like kids. There was a video of an old man.
Shut up. Be killed. Be cool, nigga.
His dog went to a neighbor's house, and his neighbor's like, "Yeah, your dog BJ was over here," and he's like, "BJ, get your behind over here. You know you ain't supposed to be over there." Talking to him like a kid, like that's how we treat dogs. We treat them like kids. Man.
Yeah, hold on. Hey, Z.
Sit your behind down. You ain't supposed to be in there. And here's the thing: dogs respond to that shit immediately, like, "Oh man, I'm better than this. What am I doing?
What the hell's wrong with it? Cat, fuck you."
Cats just like cats pet. They'll be like, all right, pet me. All right, fuck off.
Yeah, man, I don't need you, nigga.
It's
I don't
like, all
need
right,
you, nigga. Where my food at, bitch?
I'll see you in 2 hours when food is ready.
I swear to God, I think if I had
also
a
3
cat,
o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna jump around sporadically for no fucking reason.
I know that everybody wants to have this idea of let's get somebody that sound like Lorenzo Music or i.e. Bill Murray to do Garfield. D personally wants it to be DJ Pooh to do Garfield's voice. That would be funny as it. Yo, John, what the fucking lasagna at, nigga?
See, DJ Pooh is more Heathcliff.
Man, you stupid.
He's
Man,
definitely more Heathcliff.
That would be.
He's way more Heathcliff.
We need to get and Ice Cube and Chris Tucker would be the fucking Alley Cat gang.
Hey, what the fuck you doing? Here,
hey, Mark.
Here,
we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem.
We got.
It's like why is Heathcliff raising up his skin like he got a gun?
God. You don't want Three Black Geeks to actually make the black universe of any cartoon. You really don't.
I mean, it's already enough
because Top Cat will be the shit if you give it to Deep Three Black Geeks.
No, but
we'll turn it to Snowfall. Like yo,
Top Cat would be
turn to Power real quick.
Top Cat would be like Top Cat would have the entire cast of Trespass minus Bill Paxton. And Tiny
yo, what the fuck your boy Billy? Look, you see some little cat getting his ass whooped. The first scene of the joke, some cat getting his ass whooped. All of a sudden, all the cats disperse. You see Benny walking over there with toothpick in his mouth. You know what? I don't know why TC let motherfuckers like you alive. Like, come on. Anyway,
nah, but she calls her BFF her friends, and her friend is literally she goes to the woods.
No,
this how far away her
sister.
Yeah,
that's her sister. See, it was kind of funny. I thought it was a sister too, but I was like, I thought there was a friend. I don't know.
Whatever. But she literally was like, all right, meet me at mile mark or whatever on this road. She goes to the woods, gets out there. The husband clearly has white man speed because this motherfucker breaks the fucking window and just bam. I'm like, how the fuck you get there that quick?
First of all, I love how he ninja ran from the background right towards the window, just screaming, "Get the fuck!"
That was my question.
See, that was door. Let's
see. That was my question. When she let the dog loose, she hit the Mercedes. The Mercedes goes off. They go running. Here's my question.
Technically, it wasn't her fault. The dog hit
the car. But that being said,
technically, hold on. That was an Audi. The dog backed into an Audi, and it kicked off the loudest alarm.
So that being said, and this is just D. Hey, where was that dog gonna go if you took the collar off? If you're jumping over the fence.
No. D, I got you. See, she clearly said, I can't take you with me, but at the same time, I'm not gonna leave you here with that damn collar around your neck.
Yeah.
So, like Jonah Hill in like Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street, as soon as she took the collar off, you're free. Be free.
Like, shut up, Chris. You made that better because I was about to get ticked off that a white woman. No, cruelty. Bitch.
Now here's the thing.
That man was physically abusing you. That should have been a part of the itinerary. Like the dog should have been in lockstep with you.
Like, now watching this movie again.
If a girl, I'm just saying, Chris, if a girl named Shauna.
All I'm saying is, you should like watching it again. The notes were there that Adrian was a motherfucker because number one, he fakes his death and leaves her $5 million. That should have gave you the warning sign. Like, hold up, it's a trap. How you just
gave it away? The thing that gave it away really for me.
I seen Joker's Millions. I know where this is going.
like now she goes over. She stays with her friend who is out as with her friend who is out as Hodge. The black man who always gets screwed out of a job. Luckily, Hawkman would do something for him.
Aldous Hodge took what's his face's job. What's the dude from the Medea movie? Diary of the Therapist.
Gloss.
Lance Gross.
Yeah,
like gross.
He took Lance Gross's spot. Lance Gross was primed to be there, and Aldous Hodge was like, "Nah, my time."
Nah. You're not willing to show more of your chest than me, so.
Aldous Hodge was like, "Yeah, I got 8 packs, not 6 packs." Man. What?
Aldous in this movie made sure that his arm game was on point.
Oh yeah.
Man,
he had to show the gun show.
He had to show the guns.
And because I always like to bring this up with Aldous Hodge, the first thing that we all and a lot of us heard of was in San Andreas, where he is one of the main people that you hear, "Get out the car, chump." The dude with the blue shirt and with the black pants, that's Aldous Hodge. That's him going around, "Man, get out of my way." The deep voice dude you hear in San Andreas is him. So I always like to point that out.
He did a great Jim Brown in One Night in Miami, so I had to put that out.
Remember, everybody was saying that that was like really good for him too. Nigga, do you know I still have not watched that movie? Last Day of Black History. See, I told y'all. Wow.
But also, Aldous Hodge. Aldous Hodge has the most light-skinnedest daughter in Storm Reed.
I mean, so here's the thing.
Storm Reed knows how to bring them Denzel tears to the table.
I got a question. Is both her parents black?
We only just see Aldous and the daughter.
No. He's talking real life. Storm.
I'm talking real life because the reason why, if it's Hollywood being Hollywood, thank you. Because
no. Her parents, both her parents are black. His mom is light skinned, but dad black.
All right. But still, here's me. So why is her daddy always her daddy or her mama always like a white person? Stop, D. Stop. What?
No. You're thinking of the other chick. No. You're thinking of the chick from The Hate You Give. She's always got the one.
She gets it too.
Yes, she gets it too. She gets it worse. Storm Reed, at least they're fair for her.
They're fair with Storm. I will say that you're right. They're fair with Storm.
Because Euphoria, I was expecting her and Zendaya to have a white mom and shit for all the bullshit they be doing. I'm like, oh, it's a black mom. All right.
Somebody says it's going to be 2 years until they make a new season of Euphoria. Here's me. Thank you. It should be 3.
But here's the thing.
Yo, for real. I always laugh. I like when I saw her in Wrinkle in Time, movie I did not like, but I thought she was okay in. Here's me. Don't do that to her, Hollywood.
You gave her Chris Pine as her dad. I'm like,
I will not.
Sure, why not?
If you make this a trope with this beautiful young black girl, I will never forgive you. If she goes through every single movie like this.
Thankfully,
my white daddy, I'ma hate y'all. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, but here's the thing. So Cecilia, she gets the news that her husband committed suicide. Here's the fuckery of it all. It's her ex-boyfriend's brother that's giving her the news, that's giving the money, because he's the he's the
one that releases the funds to people.
Yeah, the head of state, the head of the estate, so to speak. And he's telling her, and he's very smug about it on some no. The way he plays it, he was like, yeah, I hated my brother. He was a son of a bitch to me. And I'm like, you're laying it on very thick there, buddy, but okay. Right.
Little brother. So
if this was LA Noire, I'm sitting back here going, X
doubt. This
motherfucker is lying.
He is laying it on thick. I'm like Little Real and Get Out. This motherfucker is lying. That was the blackest moment ever. He just said, yeah, let me put you on hold real quick. This bitch is fucking lying.
Oh, man, I remember everybody cracking up when he got this.
Because he did exactly what I would have did. I was like, yeah, let me put you on hold real quick. I gotta go get something.
Yo, so but the thing is, when she signed that $5 million, she did what everybody would have. I feel free. I feel like I can live. The guy that's been have a hold on me psychologically and physically is now gone.
Breathe a sigh of relief.
I can feel free again. And think of the whitest
she
white
popped
girl.
champagne with her friend afterwards. Like, oh my god,
Like,
the dude is dead.
And, it's like D. So D, what song did she think of? Think of any white girl song. Do 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 do. Hey, what you do 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 do.
No. Beyonce, All the Single Ladies, because that's white chicks' favorite song. All the Single Ladies,
Yeah, Elizabeth Moss is like a single.
Because you remember her sister was the one was like, hey, you're single again. You can get back out there now. And I'm
it's
like
this.
Oh,
it's like no. Actually, my favorite song was "Toxic" by Britney Spears. Hear me, bitch. That's how you got in this situation. I suggest you find another song.
Well, that
this
song
is how you got with that man. Stop it.
No, D. Toxic is her coping mechanism. But let's move on.
I mean, look, her boyfriend's name was Adrian. That sounds like a toxic name, so why not?
That sounds like a dude.
No.
Toxic backswing. I'm sorry.
Adrian, what we know of the character, especially when we get near the end, I feel he was financially abusing her.
It's just abuse all the way.
You feel it's abuse all the way?
Yeah, that's manipulation. That's straight up manipulation. Financial is manipulation, man.
It's not even just manipulation. It's abuse.
It's 5D chess manipulation.
Hold on. It's abuse in its purest form.
Yeah, I don't think he laid a hand on her, but he did one of those like grit your teeth, I'm gonna fuck you up kind of things.
I mean,
he won't do it.
She did say among other things. So trust me, she was.
He checking all the boxes basically.
Yes, he checked all the boxes, and he made sure that he put all 5 digits across her face.
Girls who say they like you. All the girls, and we know a few of you.
5 digits, really?
Shut up.
Listen,
that is some.
That is 5, Eris. Why did you stop?
First off, that is some 1950s talk. Because I want people to understand in the 50s.
Tell you something.
Dude, look, people don't understand. They think that the movies, the black and white movies, are bullshit. In the 50s, men put hands on women like on some abusive shit. It's fucked up. 5 digits. That's some Humphrey Bogart. I'll put some 5 digits to you, like bam. I'm like, whoa.
Some sweetheart. I don't take yap from dames. You hear?
Bop. It's like, whoa.
And that was a sign of strength. Not taking crap from women. Really I feel that.
This is why you can't have me with a fucking time machine. I would be like, don't take that.
When I hear crap like that, I hear that white people got that from us and then interpreted it so wrong that it turned into physical abuse. Like,
look, we watched Color Purple. Oprah Winfrey's character didn't take that shit because she beat the shit out of fucking Harpo.
Here's the thing. What you do, like Harpo? What you do after she beat you? I nutted inside.
Look, Harpo put up an admirable effort. It didn't work out for her.
I like how Danny Glover, Mister was like, yeah, you ran right into a fist.
I was like, Chris, there was no ball.
No damn donkey, nigga. You better stop that line, boy. You let that girl beat the shit out you. Don't you do. That's how my dad would talk to me. If my wife ever beat me, you let your wife beat the shit. No, son. But they like Dad was abused. You let that woman. You let a woman. D. Yes, Dad. She has a vagina, D.
Like there's
you let her.
Like there's no look. All
three did you block, son? You did it because your eyeball.
All 3 of us were raised in very proper homes and stuff. There's no fiber in my being that will raise a hand to a woman. So
I know. And my dad would be proud of that. But he was like, she beat the living shit out of you, son. Be real. Did you try to swing back? That's my dad. Did you try, son?
I have a rule of thumb. If a woman takes a swing at me, I'm walking. I'm out. Like, nah. Nope. I seen this. If I put hands on you, cops are gonna call. They're gonna think I beat your ass.
It's a wrestling match at that point. Fist, grab, swing. Yeah. I see enough wrestling to go at least this far.
In my case, I would just make sure that
Andre.
Like, first of all,
me and Angie have a 5-star match. Fuck afterwards. I don't even know why we was fighting.
First of all, if it was if it was me in that situation, I would make sure that we are near a door, so that way I can just do full third strike red parry, and just my free move is I open the door and I leave.
It's like, you're lucky I don't know CQC, man. I'm just done.
I like that. I like that. It just be like EX, you back up and just a door appears.
So as soon as I appear,
KO.
or to bring it modern times, a Lost Judgment where you can just do the slow motion dodge, like, and then do a move afterwards. That's all you gotta do.
No,
girlfriend hit you. Run.
Wait, Chris. Street Fighter 5. Was it V Shift?
Hey, Chris. We use like this. Girlfriend hits you. Punch was very effective. Like thing, like do you like? It's like this. Run, like run. You a bitch. You cannot escape. Yes, we're making fun of. Yes. These are jokes about domestic abuse because anything else is going to be dark. And 3 Black Geeks don't do good.
All I'm saying is, I don't condone. Look, I do not condone putting hands on women. Just run away. Run.
Now let's talk about how this woman gets put in the full Nelson for the rest of the movie.
Man, anyway. Listen. So she's all happy. And like I said earlier, there's small moments where the camera is panning to him fucking with her at night, like taking blankets off of her.
I hated how every scene, and that's what the real beauty of this movie. How every scene you was like, that nigga right there.
Actually, before that, here's where it was starting. She went on a job interview, and her portfolio went missing when she opened it up.
I think it was before. I'm talking before that.
No, but
it was before that.
But it was
before
really that moment.
Before that, the second she said when he got the news after she was dead, and they was like celebrating after all that, and she came back home the next day, I'm like, that nigga in the house.
Oh yeah, he and I.
No, hold on. No, wait. You guys want to know the very the very first sign when shit was starting to go wrong? Mm-hmm. Then after the celebration. Like, hey, like my man's daughter is about to go to college. Like, I'm putting in $10,000 a month for the next few years.
All that's what I'm talking about. White people putting us through college reparations.
The very next morning, she's cooking breakfast. Her friend goes off to work, and before he leaves, he says, "Hey, can you wake up? Like, can you wake up Sydney and make sure that she's not late for school?" All right, cool. As soon as she leaves the kitchen, the knife mysteriously becomes sentient and leaves from the damn kitchen counter.
Yeah, I love that little fleek.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, when I heard that, I was like,
"Oh boy,
let's."
I think I heard Eris watching it, and he had that look on his face, like, "Oh my god, yes."
Please look. Shout out to our boy Julian. Please tell me Julian was in there.
Oh, Julian was loving it.
Was Julian as loud as he was when we was watching The Foreigner? I know. I swear.
I want the names.
When we was watching The Foreigner,
all three of us.
Jack, remember when she went to get the blanket, she turned away and Jackie disappeared? Julian, loud as day. Let's go.
Oh, Jackie Chan was in Jackie Chan mode at that point. It's like, what if you took Taken but throw Jackie Chan? That Foreigner was.
It's those moments, Chris, where the movie, we know the movie's not going to be a 10. It just lowered itself to probably a 7, and we're like this, perfect.
Let me tell you something. The moment I saw that knife leave the kitchen counter, and it wasn't like it was all subtle, like it would just be, slowly pulled away. It was like, yep, taking this, and it literally looked like someone just grabbed it and took it. When I saw that shit happen, I just said, "Oh shit!"
Now I'm gonna bury the lead with this. We find out her husband is in basically robotics. More military.
He is the lead in optics.
Lead in
and here's the thing that do,
which is a real thing.
You see it. You see it briefly when she leaves in the beginning, but you don't see no suits. Anyway, but
actually, hold on. You want to?
But like I said, you don't see nothing. You see there's a lab and stuff like that. That right there. Now here's the funny thing: as much as I still thought it was going to be like some Mary Sue bullshit, I can fight this. I'm gonna do ninjutsu and shit. I thought it was still going to be that type of movie and shit. I was still like, wait. Y'all not, are y'all? Y'all not, are y'all? And then, like I said, by the time when the knife went away, I like that nigga's invisible.
Y'all want to know? And I was always actually want to. No, wait. Here's another bit. The very first sign that you see of the suit was at the beginning of the movie, because it, like, even if it was in that brief moment, but still, that's gonna be the suit. Like, if you go back and watch it retrospectively, you'll know that's where it is.
But you don't pay any mind at that time.
See, the thing is, behind that one structure in the room were the other 4 suits. This was on some Metal Gear Solid shit.
He had the prototype, and he had multiple suits.
Like, he had multiple, like the multiple exoskeleton suits, like we're hanging in the background, but then that one grid in the middle, I'm like, it's just the lights on, but there's nothing there.
And the thing of this,
that's
for me,
the suit.
And my thing is, when he went invisible, in my head, because again, I didn't know it was a suit, I'm thinking, well, maybe he's taking some sort of like, kind of like Hollow Man, where it's an experimental thing where he injected himself and that's how he go invisible, but he perfected it or some shit, right?
It's oddly enough, I was going ghost angle also.
Yeah. Everybody, and you would be right to think that way too, because remember at the beginning of the movie when she takes off, she dropped that thing of diazepam.
Yeah.
So as soon as he picked it up, I'm thinking, so
maybe he's in the drug game or something, like pharmaceuticals.
Is he gonna use the drug and somehow that's gonna make him turn invisible?
Yeah.
He puts him in his ass. He dies.
Again, this movie puts you through 2 hours of speculation.
And then but then when you see the movie, when you see the suit proper, you find out it's basically kind of like real life with optics and stuff. It's basically a giant suit with many cameras on it. Yeah. And that's how you become invisible.
And the real trick to doing stealth is to actually have light reflect back at people to not see the image.
Yeah.
It's extremely hard to do. And at the point, even to do what they're doing in this movie, it's a great theory. And that's
billions of dollars.
Billions upon billions of dollars of research, and also that thing will fail multiple times before you get it correct.
And you're trying to, and even bear in mind, they're trying to
hold up, Chris. Mm-hmm. That thing went in water. And I know that we make cameras way more sturdier now. We can do that shit, but still, that thing was waterproof.
And my thing is,
it was in the rain.
Lightweight too.
And my thing is this. The way the military industrial complex nowadays wants to use that for war, we haven't really created anything feasible enough to make that work in a combat setting.
Yeah, we are probably decades away from something that's close to it.
We ain't gonna get no Metal Gear Solid stuff. We ain't gonna get no Metal Gear Solid stealth camouflage. I think we're 40 years away from that personally. That's just
we're decades away.
I will say this, since you brought up Metal Gear, Chris, I will say this again, bearing the lead. When we get to that hospital scene, that part in the hallway with the security guards, that hallway scene with Adrian, I'm like, dude, this is some freaking Gray Fox. This is some Gray Fox shit.
It really was.
Except it wasn't as gory, but yeah, it was pretty messed up.
I had Eris cracking up at that scene because I was like, yo, look, let me be a security guard. I'm faking my death on the ground. Fuck that shit. I ain't gonna get killed by the invisible man. Fuck this shit.
How do I explain that?
Can you imagine you getting a coffee from a vending machine and you look out of the corner of your eye, you see your boy getting leaped on the fucking ceiling out of nowhere, and you're like, the fuck?
Hey Chris,
nah.
Hey Chris, you said that, you had me laughing, and I leaned over to you and I said, famous last words, it's a ghost.
Yo, can you imagine you tell a disability, like, yeah, some ghost fucked me up in my job, so you gonna give me disability or nah? They gonna look at you like, nah.
I'm like, nigga, do you see the footage? It's right here.
Sir, you could have doctored that footage. I don't know what to tell you.
So
don't know what to tell you, sir. You could have doctored that. I don't know. Hollywood is a thing.
So like you said earlier, Chris, your girl go to a job interview, and she opens up her portfolio. It's empty. Oh my!
And she faints.
And she gets up and she just passes out. Come to find out, she's been twisted off diazepam, and she's like,
"What the fuck?
Why?
The same
Why?
diazepam
I don't
that she
like
gave
that.
her
I
to her
got
husband."
Molly, but I did Molly, but that was like a day ago. So that's got to be out my system, right?
And she was like, and that's when she had the reality, like, this is the same diazepam that I gave my boyfriend. Oh shit! Fuck!
Like, why is this happening?
Then she goes to the brother and she's like, yeah, I know he's alive. And he's looking at her like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. He dead. I can take you to the gravesite right now. There's a body. It's telling you right now.
He was like, look, he showed her a picture. He's like, yeah, he's long gone.
He's dead.
And let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm his little brother. I know exactly how crazy he can get. I was relieved when he was dead. And here's me in the back of my head. You're the reason why I don't believe none of this crap.
I mean, on the initial watch, you kind of believe it, even though he's definitely.
I wanted to. Even in the initial watch, I wanted to, and I didn't.
Because in my head, I was thinking, okay, maybe the brother got somebody outside, like Darius got somebody outside, like a coworker or somebody to help out. As it keeps going and stuff, Darius is doing even more shit in the house, fucking with her, including making Cecilia punch old girl. And the girl's like, the fuck?
Yo, it was so funny because
in the face.
Now what happened? Remember, she passed out. Remember, she fell out crying and shit. Oh yeah, because she quote unquote wrote an email to her sister saying that fuck you and all the rest of that shit. No, that was later on, but never. No, whatever. But anyway, remember, she laid on. She was lying down on the ground, having a moment, right? And she was like, "Are you okay?" Yeah. Next thing you know, homegirl goes flying. Wow! Oh my god! Here's me. Now D. Yeah. Are you gonna tell her to get her punk ass up and no cry because a white woman hit you? Yeah. D. Yeah, is she doing the right move? She doing the exact right move. Daddy, this white lady crazy.
Yo. Aldous Hodge came in there hot like the black.
What's going on? Who touched my baby?
Touched my kid.
Pure black Air Force energy.
You heard that coming down the hallway. Black y'all, and I'm like,
it's to the point where he was like, "Hey, bitch, you gonna have to get the fuck up out of here. You can't be."
Now here's the funny thing. Now, she was already saying some paranoid bullshit in the first place. She was like, I'm telling you, I did not do this. He's here. And he had this look on his face like, hey, see, I don't believe you.
Have you been drinking?
But I done seen enough white shit today to make me say I'm leaving with my baby.
And we're going to my mother's
house. If I come back in here and your porcelain ass is still sitting in my fucking house. Now, that's the look he had on his face. It was like he wanted to believe. That's the one thing that Aldous did the whole movie. He wanted to believe her every step of the way with all this paranoid bullshit. He had this look like, look, where the fuck this shit coming from, baby?
Because bear in mind, the first time it happened when she had a panic attack and she thought something was happening.
It was a panic attack.
Yeah, he was reminding her, like, look, you're getting over an abusive relationship. Man, I get it. I understand. He fucked your head up. It's all right. You're away. He's dead. You're good. And you're like, all right, cool. He's being a concerned friend. He got it.
However,
second, third, fourth time, he's like, all right.
No. I'm saying, however, because the first thing anyone would have freaked out is when you're picking up the sheets. And no, I'm not talking about the part where Adrian is actually standing on the sheets and attempting to walk towards her. Not that part. No.
Which in and of itself is fucked up.
It's the other part where she looked over to her left and she notices that there is a nice little lump in that chair.
I saw that too. I was like, wait.
And she thought she was seeing things initially, like, maybe I'm fucked up.
She gets the bright idea, big brain idea to just throw the sheet over it. She throws the sheet over it, nothing. I'm like, you do know that Adrian could have easily,
just
which
got
he
up
did, easily just got up and walked
sidestep.
And, and
I'm just saying, left.
No, and better yet, how did y'all like that that Naj, that freaking homage that it paid to the original Invisible Man when she first gets out of bed and notices the mannequin with the hat and the trench coat.
Yeah.
Which, side note, Hollywood has done. I think isn't Invisible Man kind of like an open
made by the great H.G. Wells, one of the classic sci-fi horror tropes. You see, a man finds a way to make himself invisible, and he does.
Now he's going crazy.
Process.
He goes mad.
Isn't it like
is he an invisible man, or is he something different? Is he a man anymore? Is he a man anymore? Is that type of thing? Isn't it one of those old classic movies? Much like Jekyll and Hyde. You know what I mean?
Isn't it like an open property where any studio can do it? Basically,
at this point, yeah. At this point, yeah. It has to be. It has to be public domain.
Because I remember watching one movie which I low key still enjoy. Chevy Chase did it. It was called Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
You know what? I remember that movie as a kid. I don't remember no scenes from it, but I know I watched it.
No, it definitely hit on.
Wow, damn shit! I know I watched it definitely.
It was Chevy Chase. He definitely put his brand of humor in the movie, so the movie didn't take itself too seriously, but it was enough to where it was like it wasn't a full blown comedy. It was like a thriller with some comedy elements in it, and it was actually pretty fun. It was I actually enjoyed that movie and stuff because it hit on all the things that what happens with the Invisible Man. You know, he has to watch because that's the thing about this movie is this guy clearly is wearing this suit as he's rolling to the place. So how is he not getting hit by a car randomly, or some random thing hits him, or and those are things that you worry about as an invisible person.
Or I can actually answer that. Maybe he doesn't put the suit on until he's actually there.
So what you're saying is he has on a skin tight suit that he puts on underneath the other suit.
Possibly.
Okay.
Or he's just running the streets as an everyday Mo.
You know what? Usually it's D that has these deep thoughts, but it's actually y'all that are doing it for me. So
well, let's be real. Hollow Man answered one aspect of what happens with a person going invisible, and they went to the extreme of like, oh, so Kevin Bacon just raped a chick as invisible.
Oh yeah, no. Kevin Bacon, no, that's on the list. It's just with this dude. This dude is doing it because of what? Let's just be real. There is some climate that went into this movie, and it was more of a movie about more answering abuse than it was, showing a madman scientist going mad. This one was a scientist going mad, but going mad in a different direction, going more Shao Tucker than going against the world. You see what I'm saying here? No, for real. He's hurting the thing he loves, and in this sense, it's full on power. It's full on power. Because the one scene and I give it's chilling, especially if you're a girl that came out of an abusive relationship. It's like he knows.
I know there's a certain person that I told to watch the show that doesn't know what Shao Tucker is, so let me explain it real quick for him. There's a show called Full Metal Alchemist. And as somebody that watches, as somebody that's watched anime and seen fucked up stuff, this takes the cake. This takes the cake because Shao Tucker, in his effort to get in good with the state alchemist, decides
just to keep his license. Decides I'm going to go to the upper extreme and I'm going to fusion dance my daughter with the family dog. Isn't that great? Because because it worked so great the first time. He did it with his wife. Because that worked out so well the first time, he decided to do it again.
And he got an idea from Ed. Ed had an idea, and Shao Tucker was like, hold up, that could work. And
hey, yo, kid, that's Blockbuster.
No, hold on. This is the best part. Chris, is when he rationalized and justified his decision of doing it. He said, and I quote, "It says you did the same thing with your brother when you tried to bring your mother back." And really, be
honest with yourself, Edward. You did it because you wanted to do it. It's because you're an alchemist. You did it in the name of science, just because you knew you could.
Here's the thing. The build up to that, because it goes from Shao Tucker celebrating, telling Ed and Al, I finally did it. I got my homunculus. And it's there, and Edward and Al is like, oh shit, that's dope. All right, it's a little creepy, but dope. And all of a sudden it's like, Edward. And it's like the scene goes from to like, oh my God. What the fuck?
Hey, man, hey, it's quiet in his house, bro.
My man was going over that shit like he was a damn mechanic, talking about, I couldn't believe that, that it didn't work the last time. Like the other one was much too old, so this one definitely worked.
I like how Edward Rolodexed what was really going on in his head as is going on. He's like, oh no, you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. Oh God, you're
Fusion dance.
So
I
like how Colonel Mustang is just like, this motherfucker. Like,
no, well, first he
Colonel Mustang, are we going to kill the yeah,
oh,
he's
about to light that motherfucker on fire. He was about ready to just
this Chimera has to go, because it's definitely it's an abomination. But beforehand, Ed was going to try to separate him. I'm like, dude, Ed, you're about to kill them.
Oh, you're killing them.
Because if you do this, it's not gonna work.
No. Meanwhile, you can do it. I'm either. Come on, let's go. It don't matter. Either way, I'm ready to go.
Me being the guy telling Ed he could do it, I'm stepping 20 feet back and be like, all right, guy, go for it.
But of course, it took one.
I know there's one soldier. Hey man, I got like a rifle here, dog. Why y'all debating this shit?
It was like the Black Dynamite scene. Like, should we kill him?
Listen,
you didn't want to live.
Listen. First of all, that whole mess was finally put to bed when one red-eyed Ishvalan man decided, wow, your makeup, it's
he
terrible.
did the Lord's work.
Like it's terrible.
Literally,
you are nothing more than a creation. You're nothing more than a creation. Through the sins of that is a sin against God. Listen, I'm praying for you, but you're about to get this hand.
As a representation of this, as a representative of Islam, I'm like the only name that believes in God in this whole thing. So
look, Scar is what happens when you give a Jehovah's Witness alchemist powers. All right, that's just what it is. All right,
man. Scar is what happens when you give a black Israelite free reign to walk through the hood and tell everybody.
This is why you don't get.
This is the power of God.
Look. I do not need black Israelites on Gallery Place blowing up fucking folks. All right, I don't need that shit to be happening. All right,
boy, there's a whole lot of niggas named Hakeem.
It's like, you can't do this.
We're gonna break another. We're gonna snap one of these other crackers apart.
This is why this movie. We couldn't make this movie because you give me that Invisible Man suit, I'm going nuts. I'm doing the most stupidest ass shit ever. I'm sneaking into fucking basketball games. I'm doing all sorts of fuckery that you can imagine.
Like, are you going to do something perverted? Yeah.
Not rape.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Not rape. I can tell you that much.
So it's like this. Is it going to be rape? Ew.
No,
because
civilized man.
Here's you, Chris. Hold on. I'm just going to sneak in her house and look at her while she's naked.
No, stop. CJ, hold on. This is going to blow the whole thing wide open. Like, no, seriously. You can't possibly rape. You want to know why?
Gotta take the suit off.
Yeah.
No, not even taking the suit off. Even if there was a freaking cutout in the crotch area.
Ew. Think about it. Yo. Just nothing in a man dick just flop. I look, real talk, and that's a tight suit. You know that thing kind of stank too. We got like a hum to it.
I'm burying the lead here, but can you imagine the little brother asking him like, "Hey, so is there an option for a dick so I can take a piss inside this suit?"
You peed inside the suit, did you, nigga?
Yeah, I did. I peed inside the suit. All right.
Like I said, it's not like there's a cutout.
you imagine this dude after
your reaction was priceless.
You see a slug and a pair of balls.
No, look, can you imagine
in the air?
I'm jumping on this one, but the best scene ever is when he slits her sister's throat in that restaurant, which, by the way, that was the boldest fucking move ever.
That was very bold.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that shit.
No, all right, two things. Now, when she was in the house alone, remember when she was in the house alone, that's when it became a cat and mouse game. Because she just wanting to know, types the number of his types Adrian number. She hears a vibration in the house. She goes upstairs and she goes into the attic. There's a phone there, and there's a knife, and she gonna put her fingerprints all over it like a dumbass. It was the knife that fell off the and I note it was the same knife that came off the kitchen.
That was taken from the kitchen.
The kitchen, yeah. So we get this really, really great scene where she knows that he's in the house.
I do bought a burner Nokia phone, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
The best part, he sent a text message that said surprise.
I was like, this nigga. So she walks over to the door, the doorway, the attic. She looks down, sees nothing. And I'm thinking to my face. I'm thinking to me like he just staring at it. I know he just like, yeah, bitch, what you gonna do? Me.
Didn't see that paint bucket though.
She grabbed that paint bucket. Real talk. I jumped. I'm like, oh shit!
No, don't get it twisted. I jumped. Everybody in the theater jumped because we were not expecting him to be up in her face like.
No, see, I knew something was gonna happen. I knew he was on the ladder. Like one way or another, he's on the ladder. So I'm thinking, all right, she's gonna pour the paint. I mean, because I saw it right there when she first climbed up, and I'm like, she's gonna use that paint. That paint was there for a reason. That camera panned over to that paint for a reason. We're gonna see. We're gonna like, dude. If this was a video game, the paint is a highlighted item. Okay.
Yeah. Got an arrow above it.
But I like
she grabbed the paint and just dumped it over him, and dude. My man ran with the quickness to that fucking kitchen.
Got the kitchen.
He went straight to the kitchen and washed that shit off.
And it turned into it was unintentionally funny, that kitchen fight. It was very unintentionally funny. Her choking her out and raising her off the ground. I was like, holy shit. Like,
first of all, music. First of all, does anybody else enjoy watching Elizabeth Moss get yeeted all over a kitchen?
Yo, seeing her getting pressed body slammed against everything is the funniest thing ever.
The seismic tossing of Elizabeth.
Can I just say something? There's pros and cons to somebody making a suit like that because the world is a very fucked up place.
Yes, it is.
And I'll be honest with you.
You just talked about dick and a pair of balls.
I'm just saying, if Channel 4 News and Jim Vance sat there and said there's an invisible man roaming around DC,
oh man,
I ain't going out. Fuck that. I'm
just gonna be real, girls. If I'm just gonna be real. If the technology for a visible man suit exists, don't go outside. Just never leave the house.
No. I will be 100% for get a gun.
That's an incel on the mission. Okay, that is an incel on the mission.
That's why I said the world is fucked up because there's some fucked up dudes out here. I'm just saying. This movie was low key a wet dream for some of them. I'm just saying. It just is what it is. I mean, but that whole scene was just ridiculous. Like him grabbing her, which that makes me wonder, was that suit more so like an exosuit on top of it being invincible for him to just pick her up like that?
I believe it was, and it had been some level of exo.
I'll call that adrenaline. I call that movie adrenaline, meaning that it's kind of a horror movie. You got extra points. 10 plus on strength. You know what I mean?
I say exosuit because let's be real. That suit took a lot of damage.
It really did. That's
multiple gunshots,
pins to the eye, freaking ballpoint pins, stabbings and shit.
Which I gotta imagine. Can you imagine after you get stabbed by the pin?
Rainwater.
He gets stabbed by the pin, and now he has to go back to his desk and write on his journal. All right, so it cannot stand stabbing of the pin.
Getting stabbed by a pen. Must up like plans for version 5.3.
He has a whole ass
no, it will go like this. It will go like this. The sword is mightier than the pen. Must fix. Christ! This bitch took a bit to my neck.
He got a fucking whole ass Google Doc chronicling his whole thing.
Hey Chris, version 5.3 on GitHub.
One of these no, it ain't the same one. I thought it was for a second. I thought it was the same little fountain.
This dude is on fucking Reddit chronicling his Invisible Man chronicles. He's chronicling his Invisible Man travels on Reddit, and everybody's eating it up. Like, so you got stabbed with a pen, huh? Yeah. Bitch stabbed with a pen. It's crazy.
I told you, dog, you can't leave pens around, man, because that alloy is not like strong enough.
First John Wick, eat your heart out.
First of all, giving it up to Cecilia because she had to go through work just to smuggle that pen back to her room.
Look. I thought it was a very smart idea because the whole time she knows the motherfucker's in the room with her. She can't sleep because she knows the dude's gonna fuck with her while she sleeps. Because we find out that she's actually pregnant with Adrian's kid, or at least we think she's pregnant.
Yeah,
because we find out it's bullshit. She was never pregnant. He just faked it as though she was pregnant and stuff. So,
and I like I said, and they get to the point where I love her because she's like, she thinks she's pregnant, and maybe she's in the crazy house and all the rest of that.
And she doesn't get the money because she went to the crazy house.
Yeah, and I like how he was like this. Look, I don't take no pleasure in taking that money from that little girl. I know.
But the slap was very satisfying.
I love what he said this. Or leans in. You could just have that fucking baby.
And that's where we find out that
all of this goes away.
And that's where we find out that it was the brother that was in the suit the whole time.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's right, bitch.
I was in the house.
I
seen you.
You see? I knew what this is about. You fucked up, you know that, right? Yeah, you fucked up. So, if I were you,
in the most smuggest white man possible,
because you know Adrian, you know he's going to be in there beating off, looking at you tonight. I suggest you have that baby, and you shut the fuck up.
Well, bear in mind he didn't mention the brother, so we were led to assume that he was doing.
No. He kind of let it that he was alive too. Like this.
See, they made it seem as though it was his brother's last thing.
No. When he started bringing all that up, he's like, "Oh, you could just have that baby." Oh yeah, I know you having a baby. How you think you having that shit? Yeah. So Adrian said, "All this go away. You just go right back to him. If you just go back to him, it's all good."
One other thing, hey Chris, now you know how we said that that the suit cannot survive being stabbed with a pen, right? Well, apparently about a good 3 or 4 well-placed gunshots will actually kill him.
I mean, so after that, because remember,
dinner with their figure, right?
Dinner with their sister. What kills me, and this is kind of what gets me about movie scenes in restaurants, is that, and maybe, because we've been in restaurants, maybe because I pay attention to my surroundings in restaurants, right? You mean to tell me nobody saw just a knife just hovering in the air next to the table? Nobody paid attention to that?
No one paid attention.
You know what I liked about
that crowded ass restaurant? Nobody saw that?
You know what I liked about it the most outside that floating? Because it was just a slight, it's like a real quick
it went
slick.
Right in her hand too, and she's like,
you know the best part about it? No, because she was like, oh my God, whoop, close her line. Like, yeah, I just in my head, when he did that, he just goes off running like somebody can see him.
No way, D. Hold on, D. You gotta make
it. Runs away, trips.
Yes. He has to trip over a chair. He trips over a chair, takes a tumble over the table.
Because imagine when he gives it that, you just see a table rustle like he hits it in traffic.
And nobody catches on. Like, oh, what the fuck was that?
I just like how the best part about that, white woman.
I think what makes that scene more hilarious for me is the knife like literally gets placed in her hand with the quickness, and she never let it go.
This bitch doesn't drop it
until some random chick saw the slit throat and was like,
she doesn't drop it. Why doesn't she drop the damn knife?
I mean, that whole scene was so surreal because everybody in the theater did not expect it to happen.
Yeah, we didn't see that coming.
It was like, because you think in your head, all right, invisible person, if I go to a crowded restaurant, he isn't gonna dare make a move. And it's like, oh, he made a fucking bold ass goddamn move.
You know why? And here's the funny thing, and I get why she said, yeah, we got to be in a crowded area, all the rest of that. She forgot the one important thing about dealing with an invisible man. You're dealing with an invisible man.
Yeah.
Bitch, I hate to say this. I know all of this is a real long allegory for an abusive relationship, but I have to be the one. You're powerless in all of this.
Oh, remember she went back to his place earlier in the movie and she found the other suit, and then he rolled up in there and was like, hold up, she's in here. And she tried to hide, and then they had a little scuffle, and then she managed to get the fuck out of there. I was like, oh.
I like how the Uber driver.
First of all, thank God for Scruffy being there, the dog.
Yeah, Scruffles did his thing.
Scruffles barked and warned her like he's in there.
The second the dog started barking, you know, it would have been great if I heard Adrian like, hey, what you barking at? Wait a minute, why are you in the house? Oh, okay.
I think would have made it even. Here's the part that would have been messed up. Here's the part that would have been messed up, y'all. Knowing how messed up of an individual Adrian is, Peter would have had a fit if we just see the dog get yeeted.
I'm mad that we didn't get to see a dog go fly.
Dude, Peter.
Look.
Peter has a field day on minor shit. So look, it's already enough that Peter, when they did the Suicide Squad with Ratcatcher, they had to be very careful for those rats not to get killed. And I was like, wow, really? Like, damn, shit. All right, damn.
Look. Real talk.
I hate rats. So
who's crying? Who is the most important person in the world that needs me to make them feel good about it? Don't worry, the rats weren't harmed.
First off,
oh my god, thank you.
First off, Bloodsport is my spirit animal because I'm just like him. Like, get the fucking rat away from me.
There's every black man ever. Like, what? Why are you chilling with? You know who has rats as friends? Africans, but that's because that's only the Africans that live out like in the Serengeti in the middle of the motherfucking jungle.
And first off, those aren't New York rats; those are field mouses. That's their element.
Yeah. Those are different type of rats. We need them niggas. Like we need them niggas. Like we need them niggas. What about them rats? No, them nasty. Get the fuck out.
Field mice aren't gonna fuck with you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, people, let me get the fuck away from y'all," and that's it.
That's right. Yes, I'm basic. Yeah, that's right. Me and Cheezers are going to take over the world.
Me and
Pinky in the brain over here.
Me and Mr. Cheese Whiz.
me and Mr. Not Whiskers. Like me and Ratatouille or whatever. I don't know. Just name it after a cheese. Me and Mr. Gouda over here.
I feel Ratatouille really kind of. That's the rat agenda. That's rap propaganda.
Ratatouille. That was rap propaganda. It was also trying to make me. It was also propaganda for me trying to like French food. Food is wonderful. I was being funny.
It's very wonderful.
I was being funny. French food is wonderful. Anyway,
so first off, French fries doesn't count, sir. All right.
You know what, Chris? Shut your fat skinny ass up. You eat more.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Do
my bad. It's not called French fries anymore, guys. It's freedom fries.
I wish they. Yo. I really wish. I wish that when I was down south, I saw something that really said freedom fries. Hey man, let me get some freedom fries.
I swear to God.
You know I was tempted to go into the Cracker Barrel the whole way down there. I'll go say fuck them crackers. Just go right in there.
Do you know how down bad this country was that we call French fries freedom fries? That's how down bad we were.
Boy,
First of all, no.
man.
I would be that guy to go in and piss off everybody and say, "Hey, let me get an order of pommes frites.
Look.
Give me pommes frites."
I say this as a Black American. I was sitting there embarrassed for all these folks that really wanted to go with freedom fries. I'm like, fuck you, it's French fries.
Dude, never
about?
underestimate.
I won't even say French fries. I'm gonna call them in French. Pommes frites.
Dude, never underestimate the small penis of a nationalist. I keep on telling you that,
my
Christopher.
God, man.
I keep telling you,
we really,
like
as a country, even me in the military, I'm like, freedom fries, really, guys? That's what
really.
Come on, fellas. That's not helping me. That's not helping me. The Iraqis want me dead. This is not helping.
I'm in the Air Force, guys. You're making me really hate America, and I'm in the Air Force. You're really making me hate
You know what? I don't know what it was, man.
Look. This is why people, before we get back to Invisible Man, this is why I tell people, I'm like, look, no Black person that joins the military is doing it for America. No. It is not for America at all.
That one Black guy that's doing it for America, we don't talk to him. Who that, man? Like, that's Jamal, man. Yeah, I don't fuck with Jamal. Why? He cool where he at. He friends with them over there.
Jamal is the one that plays and we'll put a boot in your ass. He's playing that shit.
Oh man, yeah, he be playing that. What it was that Country Boy Trap. Where they be like, I'm out on the farm, got them like the country boys that try to sound like the Migos.
So in other words, he raps like an auctioneer. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, bear in mind the positive time here to keep it Black history. It was back when somehow the country music fandom was fearing Cowboy Troy. He was the most harmless. He was literally the fucking what the fuck is that dude that does the flow? He was the flow rider of the country scene. Cowboy Troy.
Cowboy Troy. I forgot about that damn name. Fuck you for that.
He was literally the flow rider of the country music scene, and white people lost their fucking minds. Like, oh man, we're getting hip hop in our country music now. And I'm like, guys, he's Cowboy Troy. He's harmless. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's good, guys. We're good. He's harmless. But apparently Black people in country music is fear. Like somehow we're going to take over.
So Chris,
but they canceled the Dixie Chicks. Ironic, right?
Yeah. I saw 3 white women get yeeted out of a courtroom.
Never in my life have I seen white women get heel turned by white America so quick. I didn't think it was possible. And then I saw that shit. I was like, yo, they really canceled the fuck out of DC Chicks.
Like, Chris, when we witnessed that, I was like, damn, that was done with the greatest of ease.
Yo, the country music scene was like, Dixie Chicks who? Fuck them bitches. I'm like, whoa. Because they somehow just said, hey guys, I don't think this war is great.
They took the line. No, they took the line from Dr. Dre. It's either your life or my life, and I love living.
Dude, and it's not like, and that, oh my God, that was such a weird point. They really didn't even say anything horrible. They was just like, we're not really fans of the war. What? Get out of here. And
we just didn't like how loud you said it.
You're supposed to keep that shit to yourself. What are we doing here? Speaking of which, that whole hospital scene was just cinematic gold.
It was
everything that I wanted out of an Invisible Man movie of chaos was right there in that hospital scene.
It really was the love letter to Metal Gear, because you're watching Adrian just go up and down that hall.
Before that, though, real quick, her sneaking the pin in there, it was a smart plan. You know what?
It was very smart.
You know what? Hey, you want to have me going crazy? I'm going to slip my wrist. You ain't having this, baby. And I like how he was like, oh, fuck you, and just showed his hand. I'm like, oh,
what I really liked was her using a non-life-threatening part of her wrist to cut.
As soon as the first incision went in, he was like, oh, no, fuck you. And it's like, oh, you showed your hand, buddy.
No. He didn't show his hand till she kept going lower and lower and lower, because the lower you get, the the lower you get, the worse it get. Like, he was like,
Like she
gotcha, bitch.
Hit her with the gotcha, bitch. Like yoink, there you are, stab.
Gotcha. I can't double click. Gotcha.
And look, I felt for the poor hospital staff guy that went in first, because it's always the first one that goes in that gets killed. Because as soon as he goes in there,
I think he just passed out. Yeah, he passed out. That
looked like he dead. He died, man.
No, Chris. The very worst that happened to him that was like death was shitting his pants.
That
happened.
That happened. No, I mean, no, D's right, because the amount of tasing that he got hit with, I'm pretty sure he wished he had died.
That's bowels released.
You gotta tell Earl, the security guard, you shit yourself.
Hey man, I shit myself.
I'm like, hey, look, man.
I'm sorry, how many of them died?
Like, look,
I got off easy.
Nah, fam, I'm taking the rest of the day off.
Fuck man. There was 2 security guards that got off easy because one of them got shot in the leg, and he only survived because the other security guard did the "Hey man, what's going on?" and he diverted his attention over to him. So
the one dude got busted. He just got his head put through glass. He all right. The one girl got her head
CTE.
All like the first 3 guards got CTE. Like that one guard that he thought he shot when he walked away, he ain't hit him. He hit that nigga dead in the foot. And that security guard did the right thing. I'm dead. Ooh.
I mean, he did have
blood coming out my mouth.
He did have a gun literally pointed at him.
Because he never double checked. That's crazy.
Everybody just got hit like with one shot.
To be fair though, at this point when she stabbed him, that's what made the suit flicker, so he couldn't really kind of hide out.
My man started glitching like the T-1000.
I got to say though, I will give the movie this. You know what really makes that scary? The fact that they show him like standing up and you see it flicker, and then disappear. Like you see him for those first 2 times, like you know there's a figure there, and then it just goes out. Like that's scary.
Look,
at that point, you don't know where he is.
They might have me on camera. But if I see a nigga flickering, you got this, dog. I'm out.
You got this.
I'm out.
I did the great Ronaldo Ray said, no.
I'm like, fam,
I don't know why you out here fucking with these people.
Listen, sir, I no longer work here. I actually just quit. Like I was just going in to turn in my shit.
The boss
you have yourself a good day.
The boss calls you in Monday morning, like, Leak. So Chris, yeah, I caught you on camera. You ran away when something was happening. Look, man, you ain't paying me enough. You only paying me $12.50 an hour.
This hospital ain't it. Like this hospital ain't it, Chief.
Ain't it, Chief? Ain't it? I see the guy with a fucking suit flickering. I got wife and kids. I can't do
6 people. That is 7 injured, 4 dead. I quit.
One of them
quit. 4 of them are dead.
No, did you like
my best friend shit himself?
Hey, boss, do you know
he shit himself?
Like,
he said there was something there and then it disappeared and then
no, boss.
You can't get disability.
No, listen to me, boss, listen to me. You remember Charlie? The last thing he said to me was, "It's a ghost," and now he's dead. What am I supposed to do with that?
Disability is looking at me like I'm fucking lost my damn mind. I said a ghost fucking killed me.
I got a question, boss. This is just me. When was the last time you've been to Sophia's? When was the last time you seen Sophia's children? No, shut the fuck up. You don't get to talk over me right now.
Sophia can't get pension anymore.
She can't
draw pension.
She busts her head on the wall. You know how many kids she got? Yeah, two, and you know her visa, and you know she ain't supposed to be in the country like that. I'm gonna take away her. She get real quick. I'm gonna take away her job. See what I see? I see how the fuck y'all do.
You gotta tell. Look, that's what I'm saying. You gotta tell the folks for disability, like, yo, some ghost dude threw me through a wall. I got CTE.
All right, sorry, y'all. That hit a little bit too close to me. Because that happened one time in life. No, she ain't supposed to be in the country like that. Chill, nigga.
Chill out.
They all like everybody at work, at least one person was like, "Hey, dog, that visa been ran out."
I mean, let's be real. If you're going to be real for a second,
we have all worked with one or two people like that. All right,
I mean,
come
let's
on
be
now.
real about that. I think there are a lot of people that had student visas that expired. They're still chilling
Exactly.
in this country.
Exactly.
And the reality
we
is that
all know one. We all know one.
And the reality is that they only get caught when they get loud with it. Otherwise, nobody gives a shit.
It's weird. It's weird, man. Look. Why y'all like America? Why y'all come here?
I mean, Meanwhile, Japan, every other country.
I hate to be topical. I live in Ukraine, nigga. They was cool for a minute. Well, yeah, I get why you here, but why you here?
Look.
I would have went to London. Be honest with you.
Well, look. Eris said it best. Eris had Japan on his ass when his visa expired. They're like, ding, ding, nigga, get the fuck out this country. They really were. I remember Eris telling me, like, dog, I get my fucking visa. I got this shit about to expire. And I was like, oh yeah, Japan don't play. They'll boot your ass out.
Hey, D, let me be honest with you. You know what? I could say a lot about the Japanese people. They've been very good to me. So let me tell you what these disrespectful, small ass motherfuckers did. Eris, that is very precious. It's about to get worse, D.
I might be on.
It's about to get really worse. I actually get look, D. Look, this is during Skype. D, put on your camera. I'm about to put on some buck teeth. It's about to get super racist in here.
No,
all of a sudden, Eris is on the Al Jazeera channel, fucking just going nuts. Like,
why am I hold on, first of all, why am I speaking Arabic?
No, Al Jazeera is international. They'll go.
No. Why is he speaking Arabic?
I know that. That's the point, Chris.
Here's me. Like, hey, first me and Eris was talking about Daria, then the Jews came up. I don't know what happened after that.
Like you got Arabic subtitles just popping up out of nowhere.
I'm speaking the Arabic and the translation.
Man, with full Nick Cannon on me.
No, and the translation is like full. It's like 100% off.
What's the translation? He's just saying gibberish. He's not really saying anything at all.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting in front of my computer like.
He said grocery store sock. Mittens, deaf to no. He said deaf to Mexico. I don't know what that means. Anyway,
I get a fucking random call from Don Lemon and CNN asking for somehow they find out I'm friends with Eris, and it was like, so we find out you're friends with Eris and y'all do a podcast called 3 Black Geeks. Shut the fuck up, Don.
What do you got to say about that? We got to do the pause, Chris. First off, I like to say, hey yo, Don, it's cool that we on the show, Black Power and shit. As the leader of 3 Black Geeks, look, Chris is like this in the background, just leaning in with the shirt like this. As the leader of 3 Black Geeks, I like to say on behalf of all of us, hey yo, Don, is your boyfriend white? And if he is white, what's wrong with the brothers?
And also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Leipzig. Put a 5-star review. We'll talk about it online.
Also, holla at us, Anderson Cooper. I heard that you can find any white person in Washington, D.C. And I actually got 2 white people I used to know. So I want you to see if you can find them. Also, is it true that you and Richard Gere had sex and he was like really lame at it?
all of a sudden, Anderson Cooper was like, you know what?
No, that never happened.
No. Off to the side. You know what, guys? That's a good topic for your podcast. I want to be on it sometime.
Actually, guys, no. It was David Hyde Pierce, and this is a very wonderful story.
Hyde Pierce. Oh,
he's like, ooh, David Hyde Pierce. He's not gay, but that's the fun part about the story.
he's actually bi, and we actually did it on the set of Frasier. It's interesting.
He doesn't have genitalia. It's just a smooth spot.
Kelsey Grammer actually was the one that gave me pointers on how to bang his brother. It's insane.
About as
whole lot of black cookers going in and out of his trailer. I didn't know what that was about.
About as anatomically correct as a Ken doll.
Oh yeah, the dog on the show was getting paid more than everybody. It was ridiculous. He was having sex with so many collies.
Speaking of which, so the brother goes off into the darkness, and we found out that the brother also is like, all right, she gets escapes from the hospital. It's on some Metal Gear Solid stealth, by the way, because one of the guards outside gets murked by her brother, trying to escape.
Also, did y'all notice that you can kind of hear some of the cameras going off and on.
You know what? So when you watch this movie now with the subtitles turned on, that's the movie.
Camera whirring.
The movie literally spoils. Like it just spoils whenever he's in the room because you always hear rapid clicking. That's what it says.
And here's the thing: he goes back to Aldous Hodges in them place because she escapes and she knows that's the first place she's going to go because, hey, that's her friend.
Well, I gotta say, it's almost the end of the movie, and the black woman has not been thoroughly punched in the face. Let me do it one more time. Woo! Hollywood.
Let me tell you how Hollywood this is, because somehow this is why I feel that suits exoskeleton, because Aldous Hodge was shown in the gun show, and this dude was working his ass for free.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Aldous Hodge was getting worked over like bip, 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 bip. Like, whoa.
As you see, black people, this is all an allegory. What you see is a black woman getting harmed by a white man. The black man doing what the black man should do, defending his black sister. He is beaten down to a pulp. Here come the white woman, late as fuck, saves the day
with a gun.
Look, saves the day, hugging up with the black girl. Not showing no love to the black man in the process, like she really did something.
You did
like
nothing.
Yo.
I mean, he gets shot.
When he got shot, I was like, oh my God, thank you.
So,
but didn't it hit y'all?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh my God, she shot
15 minutes left in this movie.
Wait a minute, yeah, there's 20 minutes left. Wait a minute, she took that mask off. I'm like, no.
Now, what happened was when that did, it sparked a anonymous phone call to the police that his brother was in a discreet area of the house tied up, and it was this elaborate scheme by the brother because he was jealous and wanted to, ruin his brother's image.
So I got a question. Just a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, this is the contingency plan. If she kills you,
I'm alive.
This is where I can believe, because I remember when this first came out, this was rated like an 80 in the high, and it was like a high 90s on Rotten Tomatoes. Currently, it's at 77.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe people like us that are going through this a second time. Okay, this is where it gets kind of stupid. Like, so follow me here. This nigga had a full contingency plan. If his brother fucked up, that he would be like you said, it will announce to go to the cops saying that he was not killed, that they staged his death because his brother was jealous of him. And I got a feeling that the brother knew about none of that. I just have a feeling the brother knew about none of that part.
See, here's the thing. So, Adrian basically
he didn't get the memo.
Yeah, Adrian basically.
It ain't that he got the memo. Like, oh, he didn't even know.
No, he didn't know. So Adrian,
because he be dead. So why would it matter?
Yes. Adrian does the sob story of like, my brother, he was out to get me, and he was trying to kill me. He sells it to the police.
Touched me when I was 4.
Sicilian.
He was abusive. What I know is usually the other way around when it comes to sexual abuse. But the young one was. He was vivacious. He was vivacious, officer. Anyway, I'm done.
You already know where I'm going with this, D.
What?
Where did he touch you?
He touched me in the key. He touched me in the key. He touched me in the key. Yeah, that's the key for all y'all know. You know what? Chris has too many toys that I have actually played with.
I'm making up. I'm making up.
Gay, Jesus.
I'm making up for a childhood in which hey, your parents were very strict on what you can and can't get. So,
Chris,
hey,
we know your mama. Like, hey, mama, can I know? Buy it yourself. If you want it, get a job like I got to. Mama, why you like putting all that on me?
And I did on top of my grandparents being grandparents because they like spoiling you. And it's like, hey, here's $30. I was like, all right, cool.
I wish my grandparents spoiled me like that. But anyway.
I'm the oldest grandchild, so perks.
Fuck all them. Fuck all the rest of them.
But so I like how Cecilia and James were like Cecilia and James looked at him with the fucking conceited face, like
wait a minute.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You did this shit. I know you did. So
you do realize at the end of this turned into eye for an eye with Sally Field.
Oh yeah. So she decides, all right,
to meet him.
I'm gonna get James to put a bug on me, and I'm gonna get him to confess. Now, Adrian, to his credit, he sticks to his guns the whole fucking way.
This motherfucker.
And Cecilia is kind of, I'm not saying she believes it, but she's like, maybe I fucked up. Maybe I fucked up. Maybe.
Do you know when I was down there? Oh, it took a lot of time for me to understand. Like, this nigga full of shit.
Here's where he fucked himself. After he said all that, he said surprise. And immediately she was like, hold up. That Nextel phone had surprise on it.
That's kind of a weak.
So it's a weak link, but
it's
like
a very weak link. But the fact that he said that just led one thing. In her mind, she goes, for a second there,
I was believing it.
I was really willing to believe you. I was really willing to give it a shot.
We were this close to greatness.
Like, we were this close.
So, D, what did you learn?
Hold on, D. I was willing to believe you. I was willing to give this whole thing a shot. I was willing to let all of this go. And trust and believe, your brother put me through some shit.
Yeah.
And I was willing to let it go. You just had to say that one thing. You had to, like congratulations. You fucked it up.
I mean, finish line.
Finish
line. Look, I ain't saying I was gonna fuck you
now,
but talk.
Now that hold on. Now that I'm done with my inner monologue, what she actually said was, well, I guess I need to go freshen up.
He's all giddy and happy, like, might get
I'm
some
gonna
ass
get
tonight.
my girlfriend back. I'm gonna manipulate her. Gonna make her have more children with me. Gonna make sure she's always in a relationship. She's always in a mental prison where she can't go out of nowhere to be with her friends, and she can be with me all the time.
Abruptly cuts to inner monologue. Hey, why is that knife?
I'm always going to cheat on her. Always going to cheat on her. Come on, she's Elizabeth Moss. She's only a 7 at best. So I'm going to be cheating on her.
Now, before that happened, listen, before all that shit happened, the first thing that he was saying to himself was, something? I really have the gift of gaslighting.
Hey, why is this knife in here? Hey.
No, you know what I heard, Eris? You know what? I'm glad where I'm at this moment as a strong black man to put out a podcast called Fresh and Fit. I got to think to myself that I have made sure that this girl is in a mental prison that she cannot come out of. Oh yeah. And I dare her. I dare the baby that we have be as dark as me.
Hey, Chris.
And it's a girl. I dare her.
Hey, Chris.
I dare her.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you already know what he's gonna say, right?
Hey, why that knife in the head?
Wait, dude, wait, stop.
It's got a bicycle.
Hold on. She goes to when she goes to the bathroom, and after everything you just said there, D, the first thing he's gonna say is this. And when she comes back to the bathroom, I'm gonna tell her she gonna share me.
Hey, look, man. My man. Yo, look, man.
Yo, the Myron.
Hold on.
Hold
on. To his credit, she did say it herself. Why me? You could have any woman that you wanted.
Which is a good question
in
these certain instances. It really is.
Go ahead, D. What were you saying about Myron?
I'm just saying, man, the Myron and this nigga in this whole movie. I was saying that to be funny to me because I was thinking about black incels. Because black incels are like regular incels. We're just a little bit cooler than y'all. So sir,
black incels are incels with extra steps. Okay?
I'm just black incels are these type of black people. So you really do think you white, do you? No, you really truly think you're white, do you?
Here's the warning sign of a black incel. They read 48 Laws of Power. Run, ladies, run.
I got a question. Is your skin tone as dark as me? Okay, I got this question. Did he bring up anything about lightening your skin? I mean, anything. Like a lighter foundation, maybe. Maybe I don't like that dark spot on your neck. Looking like Forrest Whitaker, monkey ass black woman. He probably said that to you. I don't know what he said to you. But don't stay with him. Point is, the Myron, like all this sound like this whole relationship of him just Literally making a suit to be invisible to make sure she doesn't do no bull. That is beyond. Look,
Hey,
I'm gonna say this.
Hey, D, the
Chris
symbolism.
Harris.
D, the symbolism. The suit is black. Anyway, continue.
Oh shit!
Hey,
You're right.
Eris, I'm just saying. Look, Eris, I'm saying this. This is what happens when my wife always asks me, "Hey D, when you play SimCity and shit like that, I know that you get frustrated and destroy the city and you start all over again. I don't understand why you don't stick with it." And I told myself, honey, if I beat this game, that will make me a serial killer. I'm with if you beat a SimCity game, you have the level of mental capacity of a serial killer. I'm just going to put it out there because at that point, you want ultimate power and you need a human being to control at that point. Fuck a computer. You need a human being.
Hey, all I know is when she left and she did that. And,
so either A, you have children, or B, you find something weaker to prey upon. That's how abusive people work.
And look, all I know is
why? Because I beat The Sims 3.
Look. All I'm saying is there's a correlation between that and people that use magnifying glass to burn ants. It's a correlation.
I'm just saying, man. I think if you killed a squirrel and laughed about it, hold on, and you wasn't in a car, you're sick.
You're fucked in the head. You're fucked.
Now, what if you laughed and you hit a squirrel? I hope the joke you had in your head was funny. I hope it was funny.
No, all I know is
I guess it ain't secret, or so I don't know. Whatever.
When she stood in front of him, watching him bleed out, and then all of a sudden James is in there like, "Hey, it went silent all of a sudden. What the fuck's going on?" And he rolls to the house,
and he hears her scream and all that. Oh my god! He's like, "What the fuck?"
James knew immediately.
Ran to the rescue.
I like James immediately had that look like, you killed him. I ain't gonna snitch though.
Like again, it's the ending from Eye for an Eye.
I ain't gonna snitch, And look, her white women tears came through because the cops bought the story, hook, line, and sinker. And she had that suit in the briefcase, and James looked at her like, "All right, just know not to cross you anymore." Because
I just got Celia. So see, I got a question. So you gonna use that? You gonna use that? Because I want to go out at night and be like Batman and shit.
Yo, can you imagine?
I'm dead serious. I would do some Batman shit. I will beat up so many goons. Hey D, why you got a broken hand? I was doing stuff.
Do you know how many drug trap houses that would fuck up being an invisible man and people be like, yeah, be news for
Chris, when you say that, I hear this in my head.
First of all, do you know how many goons I would stuff in lockers unconscious?
Look, Chris, when you say, you know how many trap houses I'll take down. See, Chris, when you say that, I hear this. So, like, you hear this down in Southeast, over 500 people died in a massive fire set by some mass crusader trying to take out drug dealers who weren't even drug dealers in the first place. Here's me. Look, me and Eric's looking at Chris. Here's Chris. So we gotta rethink how.
Look,
that is pure man. Chris. That is pure Chris. Because all of a sudden, you know when Chris does anything by himself and Chris fucks up. So Chris, what you? Hey man, it's D's technology. D came up with the technology.
Look, guys, I didn't know kerosene burns that quick.
Chris, look, here's hers. You was losing the fight where I was losing the fight.
Okay.
Fight got it's like I had about two of them, and then the third one came out of nowhere.
Listen, sir. It has been fun. Actually, I'm lying. This has been a terrible thing for me to be a witness to. I'm gonna grab my briefcase, my derby, and trench coat, nigga. I am out of here.
Errors.
Don't call me.
I seriously, Chris. You see what Chris did is what we laughed about in the beginning of this whole podcast. You could do that. Elizabeth Moss throws the motherfucking suit over the motherfucking river, and all of a sudden, Eric's like, "Hey, yo, D, look what I found!" Like, "Oh my god, that goes invisible. That goes invisible." Like, yeah, this. Like, yo, you know what I should do? We should go steal all this money. We should do this. Nah, D, we should do this. Blah 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 blah. Here's Eris. Or we could sneak, or we could stalk our ex-girlfriends. It gets real quiet. Always Sunny theme. The gay commits so many crimes.
Like I took the first two guys out, and that third one came out of nowhere, and I lost the fight. Sorry, man. I had to burn some places down, man.
I like that, Eric. Look, you see the way he said I tried. Well, I tried. Chris, where's the suit? Oh man, the suit.
Funny thing, the suit caught on fire, and I had to kind of run through Southeast butt naked. It was weird.
No, you did it 2 hours early.
All of a sudden, Eris is like, "So why were you butt naked in the suit? You know you can put regular clothes on in these suit, right? But you don't understand the aerodynamics."
Yes, don't ask Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito's like, "Yeah, it's the aerodynamics."
Hold on. I stop. I hear that shit and I stop him and go, "You were trying to have sex with a woman in that suit, weren't you?"
No. I wasn't. You was Chris. That was rape. When? See, this is how you make an Always Sunny episode.
Hey,
just keep getting darker and darker.
No, D, hold up. Then that's like, as soon as Chris says, "No, when?" Here's me. Alazulu. Then the bottom half of the suit falls off. There it is. There's the dog. This motherfucker was attempting to rape somebody.
This nigga was horny on Maine.
This nigga was attempting to grape somebody. Okay.
Oh my god.
Like Chris, where you going? Okay, real talk. I thought I could swim with it, and what?
I was swimming in the fucking Anacostia River, and I don't know what to tell you, man. That river is fucking not so good with the suit.
Man, the suit just fell over.
First of all, D, I'm mad you didn't catch the fact that that I said that I gave the suit a safe word to fall apart.
Appaloosa.
I was like Alpha Zulu.
Look. I feel with the Invisible Man, there've been so many varieties of what they did. Like I said, I mentioned Chevy Chase's movie did it in a very comedic thriller way. This movie did it in a very thriller way and stuff, and then obviously you got the one with the mad guy, Hollow Man, where it's done in a kind of horror.
Hollow Man was so different. Hollow Man is what, every Gen X bro would have did. What?
Oh man, I want to see some titties. Yeah, get out the shower.
I'm gonna suck her tit when she's sleeping, man. Yeah, come on, you'll do it if you were me too. Are you naked? Yeah.
And I'm hard on Maine. It's like, whoa.
Yo, with the Invisible Man, what this movie did.
Are you jerking it? Kind of.
No, Kevin Bacon did.
Or Kevin
getting around it. We said that on the episode. Which by the way, everybody, we did a Hollow Man. Please listen to it. Us, Shag, and Prime Gundam. Very good episode.
Kevin Bacon's dog got burned in the flame. That's all I'm saying.
Kevin Bacon, to answer that question, he would say feverishly.
Oh yeah, I got 7 degrees of pulling it.
That was 6 degrees.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm on number 5 right now.
Now here's the thing: this movie came out at the same time as another Blumhouse movie, The Hunt, and I actually like The Hunt.
The Hunt was, I will say, hit or miss. See, this is the weird. See, Blumhouse. Actually, Chris, let's briefly talk about before we wrap this. Before we wrap this thing up, Chris always brings up Blumhouse and how great they are.
A24.
They're not A24. They're not.
A24 does classy movies.
This is what I found out. Chris is not full of shit, but he needs to bring it in because Blumhouse is average. They are painfully average when you look at all of their stuff. Mm-hmm. They have They have had done. When you look at Whiplash, Get Out, and even with some of the Purge movies, I would say about two of them, maybe one of the Insidious movies. And
Upgrade.
say what you want. Say what you want about Paranormal Activity. It was a money.
Oh, that first movie put it on the
about
map.
the fourth one. Until about the fourth one.
Well, I mean, at that point, how many times can you do?
3 o'clock in the morning, somebody standing there.
Yeah. It put them on the map. It was kind of like the Paranormal Activity was the Blair Witch for Blumhouse. It was like this big, huge hit, cheap movie because it was no big stars.
Insidious. Same thing with Insidious. They tried to, and that's what made the first Insidious so good. That's why, even though I will give you props, Chris. You said the second one. The second one, I think it made more money, but quality wise, the first one knocks it out.
James Wan wasn't on it; he was just producing it, so he didn't have the touch.
The first Insidious, I mean it. One of the scariest movies that have been made in the last 20 years, man. It's a scary ass movie. I love it.
I mean, James Wan gave him a franchise.
But it's kind of funny, like I said, they really, when you really look at all this stuff and total it up, at the very best, maybe a B-, and I say maybe. I say maybe.
Their winning percentage
because they have some duds. They have some duds, y'all.
If I had to equate their win-loss percentage, it's on some Jeff Van Gundy shit. Where it's like
they're better than most.
You're above 500. You're doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the best, but you're doing fine.
It's better than most. And the one thing I will say is this. We're doing another Blumhouse movie later on this year, and it's the very worst of what they do at Blumhouse, and that's Fantasy Island. Yuck. That's gonna be fun because it's gonna frustrate Eris so much. Like, D, are all these white people just a brand of stupid, and each brand of stupid is like, Cool Ranch stupid.
Now here's the thing. I actually interviewed the director of this movie for another movie that he did, Upgrade. Really good movie.
Upgrade was pretty good. Wasn't that Blumhouse too?
Yep, that was Blumhouse.
It didn't make the money it needed to though. Man. It was a good flick. I liked it.
Yeah, I interviewed him. He definitely, like James Wan, has a very imaginative, imagination in terms of how you do this movie. So it shows in Upgrade and Invisible Man greatly in terms of how he, crafts these movies.
I think they got lucky by getting Split and getting Glass. They got kind of lucky with having that. Just Shyamalan trying to look for a production house to do.
That's them building up their coffers.
That's really what that was. That's them building up their whole fucking back end. So, like I said, Blumhouse better than most. Only reason I say that is because I always feel like it's a responsibility us as critics to be really honest. Like, ugh.
Do not watch The Craft Legacy. Oof.
The Craft, like I said, it was The Craft Legacy. Then it was Fantasy Island. Then it was another bad movie after that.
But then they do stuff like Freaky with Vince Vaughn playing a serial killer in a girl's body. It was basically a horror version of Freaky Friday, and it was actually really good. I think that's what Blumhouse. It surprised me just like Happy Death Day did, where I'm like, this movie is actually really good. Son of a bitch.
That's the one thing I give Blumhouse. I think they get lucky with getting projects that,
other studios are like, no,
we'll do it, and I will give Blumhouse that, and I think that's their advantage, and even
because they make movies on the cheap. Because Upgrade was a $7 million movie, it made $20 million, which it made its budget, and it got a little bit of money.
And see, that's what I'm laughing about. Like, even with Fantasy Island, when we go to it, trust me, you wouldn't say no to the premise.
It's a good idea.
You wouldn't say no to the premise. And then it's like, and I admit that when I put up that Joe Button clip, hear me good. This nigga, I was like,
D was the first to see it.
Like, this was a pack of ass.
D was the first to see it. Him and Angie saw it. I think y'all saw a bootleg of it, right?
Oh yeah, we saw a bootleg of it the week it came out.
I saw D put that tweet up on the 3BG Twitter, and I was laughing my ass off. I was like, "Oh shit!"
We got so many retweets over there because they all said like, "Nigga, this movie sucks." I'm like, nigga, like I didn't have nothing. It was so funny. I had nothing perfect, nothing more perfect to display how much I fucking hated that movie. Next thing I was on the internet, like, thank you, Joey. hear me good, nigga.
I remember watching that movie, and I'm sitting back like, all right, it's a decent premise in theory. And I was like, all right, where was the shoe dropping that D said, fuck this movie? Ah, there it is.
Boy, it gets to about the 20-minute mark where everything starts to. It's a little kid with a shoelace, nigga. Like, I don't understand it, yo.
But here's the funny thing.
How it just falls apart. Y'all, we'll get to it. We'll get to it months from now. So
Invisible Man. It's funny. It was that and The Hunt was the last two movies that made so much money at the box office before COVID came in. Was like, yeah, shut this shit down.
And even with The Hunt and even with these two movies, it kind of got hurt because COVID showed up. They had to actually.
The Hunt got hurt a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, The Hunt got hurt a little bit more. Invisible Man made its money before
it made its money right down. Before. Like they had to end up pulling out of theaters way quicker than they thought. So that's the main thing that really.
And then $20 if you want to watch it on pay-per-view. Which let me tell you something real quick about how full of shit people are.
That was a brief 2-month window when that outlaw bull crap was going on. These niggas was giving up $40 for a regular ass movie. Like,
let me tell you how full of shit people are. That was all like, oh man, I would love to see these movies at home. I'm like, all right, cool, dope. Watch what they're gonna charge you. They charge $20 for Invisible Man, and people bucked harder. They paid $20. I'm like, but you wanted to see the movie at home, right?
Boy, you know, it's ridiculous how what happened in the last 2 years with movies has changed up a lot of shit with on demand and all the rest of that. You know?
It benefited Blumhouse to a degree.
It benefited the smaller houses. Yes, it did. Like Blumhouse, it benefited a lot of those guys. A24 racked in a profit
because their budget is literally $7 to $10 million, which you can recoup that easily.
It was funny if Disney didn't do one or two things, they would have rated them more of a profit. WB rated a huge profit. Like the whole game got changed up in the last 2 years, and you saw
people actually want to stay at home and watch these movies. Yes, they do.
And you saw what companies benefited from it, and then you know what shocked everybody when Sony was like, nah, put that shit out. Nobody's going to get it. Everybody and their mama. It had Spider-Man on there. What you thought was going to fucking happen?
Yeah, that's like the Spider-Man, no doubt, you know.
Man.
But like I said, but this movie blowing up is big. It was definitely one of those movies that after it came out opening weekend, everybody was shocked, like, oh shit, okay, wow.
Yeah, very quiet hit, very moderate hit.
Quiet hit is like an understatement, man. That shit was just because, like, hold up, real quick, because this, hold up, where's it at? Domestic. Right. Oh, domestic. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. There it is.
They made 143 or something like that.
So it overtook Sonic the Hedgehog. That followed the second week. Sonic the Hedgehog's second weekend.
Sonic the Hedgehog was out at that time.
Yeah, it came out the weekend before.
Wow,
big hit. That was the big hit because
1 weekend before.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then also, My Hero Academia came out that weekend too. So.
Why do you think that? And why do you think? Why do you think at that time Sonic was? I think was it by the end? Not even by the end of the year. Hell, it was like within the first 3 to 6 months. They were like, "This is the biggest video game movie of the year."
Mm-hmm.
It really benefited off that off of COVID. Man. It just simply did.
And look at that! Bro. Look at that, D. That piece of shit Fantasy Island was number 10.
I told you, man. Nobody would see that shit, man. Blumhouse knew they weren't going to make no money off it. Even the people that were attached to it, they knew they weren't big enough stars to get.
They only made $50 million worldwide, and I don't even think they recouped the budget.
Ain't no way in the world they recoup the budget. If they did, it's very small and insignificant, or they got it in the back end on some type of deal. So there's no.
I mean, that's what you said about the game changing. A lot of people getting deals on the back end.
Yeah,
to make up
like
for it.
You make money, just putting out the movie. It's the producers. The whole plot of producers was about that when they did Hitler in Springtime. They like, we put out a movie so bad it'll make a profit. You know, that kind of crap. Yeah, that was now you don't necessarily have to make a bad movie to do that. That's the difference. So anyway.
All right. So let's clean your house here. What we got next time?
Well, next month. I say next month because we didn't decide what we're going to do yet. But all of a sudden black movies appear. So
Black History Month is in March now, not February.
March, Black History, marching into March or some shit like that. Whatever. Anyway, what we got prepared is Don't Be a Menace. We have the follow-up to what we did last year with Beverly Hills Cop 2, aka the one Eris masturbates feverishly to.
We all masturbate feverishly to that. Come on now.
No.
Come on, let's
Eris. Who's the judge that make you hard, dude? Because Eris cannot get off of that scene where he showed up with the motherfucking guns at the end.
What's a John Woo shit?
Nigga, two shotguns and a duster.
Dude, he went John Woo killer.
Nigga, my dick was like this the entire
time.
Okay?
Judge Reinhold is one of the greatest B characters of all time. He is in my book. Anyway, like I said, we're gonna have Beverly Hills Cop. We're gonna have the movie that Chris has been begging us to do for the last 3.5 years, and that is Superfly. Why? I have no idea why you want us to do Superfly, but here we are. We're doing a modern day Superfly.
Let me tell you why modern.
And after Superfly, we're doing Disco Godfathers. No, I'm just kidding.
No, here's why.
You know what? We need to do a Dolomite movie, though, man. We do.
Two reasons why I wanted to do Superfly. One, our boy Gary was actually a character in the movie with lines. And
really,
let me tell you how shy Gary is. Gary, ginormous guy, built. He's a stunt man. Love him to death. He is the most quiet, shyest dude ever. And he came to me and was like, dude, how did I do in the movie, man? I was really nervous about them giving me lines. I was like, dude, you're fine. You paid big. You played the freaking sergeant to the fucking gang. You're fine. You did your part. You're good. He's like, dude, I was nervous. I didn't think I did good. I was like, no, you're fine.
Like, dude, you were like Stone Cold in The Expendables.
You had 2 lines.
2 lines.
You were fine.
2 lines, and you had the visual profile that was perfect for this movie.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
How you think I feel like,
but also too, look, I like the guy that plays Superfly because he's in Blackish. I love him as an actor. A lot of people really talk about him a lot and stuff. But seeing him, like, I'm supposed to believe this guy is kicking people's asses. All right, and then once they bring in Crypto, I'm like, okay, modernized Superfly is complete. Gotcha, Crypto, gotcha.
And this is like a year or so when Bitcoin first came out.
Also, they go hardcore on Atlanta shit in this movie.
And here's the funny thing about it.
That's great.
That's going to be the interesting thing because I know a lot of people got mad there. I was like, well, you don't want a modern movie to be modern? Of course he's going to be playing Future. Of course he's going to be playing motherfucking Rick Ross. Eris doesn't like either. But if Eris was a drug dealer, look, Eris was a drug dealer. Here's Eris. Oh.
But what's the last movie?
Yeah, Rose. And a classic. I said if we're going to do a blaxploitation movie, let's not do blaxploitation. Let's do something with black power in it, and it took place in the 1970s, and that is the classic Across 110th Street with Yaphet Kotto and a couple other people I can't name of right now, but
also
Across 100. Fargus is in it. I know a couple of people I can't think of. Our boy's in it. I can't. God, I'm missing it. Whatever.
Oh, anyway, Antonio Fargus.
Yeah, that's what I said. And Fargus is in it, but I couldn't hear it. But anyway, like I said, that's what we got set up next month. I don't know what we're going to do next. It might be Don't Be a Menace. It sounds the easiest. Anyway,
that's classic.
Anyway, that's it, man. So, yeah, that's it.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.